Okay. Greetings, community. How you doing? It's your girl, Kim Sue. Wanted to finish up my hair with a conversation. It helps me to move faster. And so while I'm doing this, I figured I'll talk to you guys about a quick Kim Sue story about karma and love. Because sometimes folks feel like because they love, karma interfered with them. But usually we interfered with karma first before love came around. And so now we have to deal with what karma is dishing out to us. So karma and love are not associated. They are just usually in the same realm, in the same zone. So quick story. Many years ago, I was engaged to be married. Nice young man, Caribbean young man. I'm from Trinidad. He's from Tobago. Really cool cat. I thought so anyway. I thought he was like really dope. So that way, we got all the way to engagement and stuff, He joined my church. He got baptized at my church with one of my best friends I had then. And, I thought we were really doing it. I thought we were really getting it together to have this nice, evenly yoked relationship, just like I heard all the Christian men and women that been married for a long time. I thought this is how they started it up. And this is what, they got. So I was like, okay, I'm on track for this thing. And we had a great plan. We weren't going to, greetings, Kevin. Greetings, Daton. How you doing? Thank you for coming through my live. I appreciate you so much. And so we did not want to have any credit cards after the wedding. So we decided we would both pick up some extra jobs, which I think is really creative for young people, right? To not want the added burden because we wanted to eventually buy a house together and move out of New York. So he got this side job and I got one too. Mine was in Queens and his was in Brooklyn. So we only saw each other probably for like 4 hours a day. And this is not an excuse as to why anything, but usually when you look back on situations, which I don't do too often because ain't nothing back there for me, except testimonies. Testimonies are back there. So now that I look back on it, I always try to find my part in every situation. So my part was that we were working a lot instead of building the relationship. We were consumed by money for the wedding. So all of the goody good stuff that got us together and all of the time to love and to cherish and to nurture each other was out the window because we were pressing hard for this money for the wedding. So in the interim, I did not know he had cheated a couple of times before, but I did not know after going and planning the wedding and sending out the invitations that, that cheating was still part of his lifestyle. So I want to clear up too that even led me to check out what cheating was. And cheating is not even when somebody that you're in a committed relationship. And I do mean committed, like either engaged or on your way to be married. Otherwise, you're just, doing whatever you're doing. But when you're in a committed relationship, like both parties decide they're going to continue something really good together, that's a committed relationship. That's someone that chose you, you chose them. When it's not cheating when that person has sexual relations or even has long conversations outside of the relationship. That's lack of commitment and insecurity. So when someone steps out of a committed relationship, it's just lack of commitment and insecurity. They're insecure about themselves. They're insecure about the relationship. They're insecure about commitment. They're insecure. So they're going to have no value for the current situation that they created, that they initially committed to. So those are things I found out after this breakup. And now I really know that cheating is what you do when you go to school you know, and cheating is what you do when you're running a race and you put your leg out or your hand out and you trip the other opponent. Those things are considered cheating. And I believe English helps us to muddle up our conversations sometimes because we're using words in weird spaces. So, and those are all things you can get when you come out of a relationship and you have enough time to be quiet with yourself. Then you can see, like, yo, there are words I say that just isn't blessing my life. Anyway, so back to the story. So, those of you who know me know I pray all the time. And so one night, sleeping on my sofa, I got a phone call, and this young lady was saying to me that she keeps seeing my phone number in my fiance's phone. So I was like, yeah, you should be seeing my phone number. That's my fiance. How is it you're seeing it? Because, you know, he's been with her for a little while too. So I was like, okay. Well, I said, well, you need to figure it out, and I'll talk to my fiance because I don't have anything to speak to her about. What am I going to talk to her about? I don't know her. But she wanted me to know that they were together and they were intimate and all these things. And that's cool. And so I said, all right. So because I know it doesn't seem regular and I never do anything the 95% do, really. So I do very regular stuff like not care if you step out of the relationship, because I've seen so many of my elders go down for that sort of thinking, like, because it's happening inside of them. I've seen them mentally not have enough for themselves. So once I found out, I had to choose for Kim Sue what would be the best position for myself. And I chose the worst thing for myself. And this is why I wanted to come in and share this story, because this is how karma and love are not even in the same vicinity. It's just sometimes we are coming out of love, but we're really activating karma. Okay, so I sat with the information that she gave me for 2 weeks. I didn't say, but I kept asking him if there was anything he would like to tell me or anything he felt like was too hard to share with me. And he would just say no. He would just say no, everything's okay. No. And so I made the dumbest choice of my entire life. And I'm going to tell you guys the dumbest choice. I decided to pay his stepping out on me with me doing the same to him. But the only thing with me, I'm sort of like an extremist. So after I was done stepping out of the relationship, I told him when he came home from work, I was like, yo, this is what I did and this is who I did it with. So now we're even, basically, but that's not how the whole spiritual life is. There's no even Steven, baby. There's only what you do and the impact and what's coming next. That's all that there is. What you did, the impact, and what's coming next. So I told him who, I told him when, I told him where, and he told me that folks didn't want us together. Nobody wanted us to be together. And so people were calling me just so that way we could break up, and that he wasn't with the young lady. But anyway, years later, it turns out he was with several young ladies, even had a baby. So that didn't work out too well. But who I cheated with, I reaped the most karma. When I tell you my whole beautiful life, I lost everything. Apartment, I lost car, I lost. When I say karma was like, oh, you playing tap tap, I play tsunami. The next person I got with, his girlfriend was calling me, and he was living with me. His girlfriend was calling me. He got married. I didn't know he got married. He had kids. I didn't know he had kids. Like the treatment, he cursed me out every chance he got. Degraded me, like tried to like take my whole soul out. Right? Just because karma don't play the way we play. And so we play real blasé, like about our lives and the things we do and the things we put out there, almost